Oh, what a goal! McWilliams! He's done it! He's done it! The Michigan goal in the first period! For McWilliams! Run! Pelty scores! Pelty! It's it!
And welcome back to the, oh my god, there it goes again. Well, I guess you can probably hear it in the background. If not, I will tell you about it. But welcome back to the good old Bullspin with Derek Clark, aka Mini Doc. I'm your host, Derek Clark, and welcome back to another episode. This is like episode 18? Question mark? 17? 18? 19? One of the two. I know it's not episode 20. I will know it's episode 20 eventually. But welcome back. Name's Derek. I know some people tune into this and know that I'm doing this at night, and they're listening and knowing that I record these at night, and I am. It's almost 9 p.m. at night on a Sunday night in the middle of a college campus that is currently getting downpoured on. And to be honest, if you hear the thunder and lightning, don't be alarmed. The window is sealed, so there's no rain coming in, but it is quickly pouring down rain out there. And by quickly, I mean it is pretty much pouring down rain and thunder and lightning. There was a good flash of lightning earlier. It was a pretty nice flash. I say, sometimes the flashes of lightning, they're beautiful. And that was one of the cases. But we're here to talk about sports, I guess. So welcome back. Let's talk sports. Weird day of sport. Weird week of sports. Where do I even start with this week? Do I start with the crazy? Do I start it by starting with what ended it? Technically, I know Sunday Night Football's going on, but for me, and that is the race at Talladega for the playoffs, in which, out of all means, it was Ricky Stenhouse Jr. who won once again for the second time now a super speedway. His last one was a super speedway. Now he wins on a super speedway again. Last super speedway win was Daytona of last year, and now it is a super speedway in Talladega this year. And he's not in the playoffs, so kind of screwed over some playoff guys. Also, who got screwed over in the playoffs? Holy freaking crap! Dude, imagine. Here's the crazy thing. Chase Elliott, great guy. He's good. He's in the green. Not by much, but he's in the green. Great guy. Fan favorite by every fan in NASCAR. He's literally voted the most popular driver every year for the past, 6 years. Good guy. He could be out of the playoffs because all the crazy stuff that happened in Talladega. Dude's wrecking, spinning around, having a whole blast. Don't want to start there, though. I'm kind of teasing him. Let's not start there. I could start with the fact that the Texans almost blew it against the Bills. Not going to start there. I could throw in Bo Nix screaming at his head coach and Sean Payton versus the Raiders after they blew him by 30 fucking points. Could start there. Not going to. I'm going to start with something even crazier. I'm going to start with the Little Basketball Association. And for the people that listening in, if you know what the Little Basketball Association is, you know what I'm about to talk about. If you have no clue what the hell I just said, let me inform you. Let me indulge you. The Little Basketball Association, or the LBA for short, is a basketball league that consists of, hence the name Little Basketball Association, kids of young ages. That is about 6 to 12, or 10 or 12. Not for sure exactly. One of the main people that started this league, it was their inaugural year. One of the main people that helped start this league was Kai Cenat. You might know him. He's big for streaming on Twitch. This man is only 5'2". His great idea of getting publicity for the league is play in the league. Yes, you heard me. Play in the league. He was projected to go first overall. He got drafted past unborn baby, an astronaut. He got drafted way after these guys. There was, I think, the DoorDash guy that Kai Cenat had. It was a crazy, weird draft. The final pick, New York's guy, draft Kai. This is a whole publicity stunt, if you can't tell already. And if you don't believe me, just look up the videos. He won the inaugural championship, retired, got his jersey in the rafters. All around, a good year for Kai Cenat in the basketball world. But here's the crazy thing, and I want to start with a little bit of a controversy, okay? This podcast is about sports, and it will always be about sports, and I'm going to start with some drama, some tea, that isn't involving sports. This technically is not sports. I know it's not sports. In general, it's not sports. But it is. And I'm going to... It kind of is, so it kind of counts. Look, nobody's talking about Kai Cenat in this stupid, idiotic, dumb, borderline, brain-altering publicity stunt of poor proportions. Like, why? Why would you do this? And let me explain something to you real quick. Not only is this the stupidest thing I've ever seen, but it's also the most, like, I wouldn't have even thought of this. And that's why it's so stupid. Like, everyone... No, let me reword that. I wouldn't have thought of it because it sounds stupid, and it surely did look stupid. Hey, did he get the league publicity? Yeah, it did what he wanted it to do. But here's the crazy thing. He won the championship, right? Dude, his first game he sucked, okay? But I quickly realized after watching his first game that his first game was also a publicity stunt to make people think he was trash, okay? Because that's kind of like a stunt he does, I guess, with his live streams. Like, he's just a quirky guy in his live streams, so he acted quirky on the court in the first game. The second game, he dropped like 24 freaking points and had like 50 freaking rebounds or some crazy statistic. He basically pulled off a fucking triple-double against little-ass kids. It was insane. The next game, he did the same shit. And the next game, guess what? He did the same shit. And guess what? Overall, stupid publicity stunt. I'm not a fan of this. Because it's just... Let me reword this. I'm a fan in the aspect of I'm shocked that it works so well. I'm impressed by that. I'm not impressed in that it's stupid, in my opinion. But what do I know? He's not getting flamed for this, which I'm idiotically dumbfounded about, because look at Logan Paul. Okay? Look at Logan Paul. Him, Mr. Beast, KSI. They drop Lunchy. Lunchly? Is it Lunchly? Lunchly. It's a copycat. I'll just blame out the obvious. It's a copycat of fucking Lunchables. And it's stupid. I won't deny that. Now, I'll give you my opinion. I know this is not sports. It technically is because Logan Paul is in the WWE, and yes, I'm considering WWE as a sport. If you got a problem with it, bring it up to the people that also believe that chess is a sport. I do not believe chess is a sport, but it is a pretty fun game. But that's besides the point. What I'm trying to say is this. This is really weird. Because if you look at Logan Paul, one of the publicity stunts he did was he opened the Lunchly after his wife gave birth to their daughter, which congratulations to Logan Paul and his wife, and then congratulations with the whole family thing. And I bet you he's going to be a great father. I'm not going to flame the man. People are flaming him. I'm not. I'm going to flame the people that are flaming him, but not KSI, not Kai Cenat. Who the hell? Dude, this thing has millions of... there's millions of views on every video I see about this damn thing. And nobody in the comments is like... Nobody's like, wow, this is fucked up. No, everybody's like, oh my god, he looks like a dumbass. Like, this is fucked up. This is fucked up shit. Like, he's using... It bothers me. I feel like both should be treated with the flaming. If you're gonna flame one person, you should be flaming it because it's not the same thing, but it's still a use of trying to sell a product. In this case, Kyson is trying to sell his new basketball league, and in Logan's perspective, he's trying to sell his copycat of Lunchables. I know it's not the same thing, but in the same aspect, it's still both trying to sell a product in the most idiotically dumb, stupid way. That should both equal controversy, but it doesn't, and that's how this world works, and it's so stupid. But that's besides the point. Let's continue on with the podcast about sports. Okay, that was Derik's medium rant. This is Derik's biggest rant of the day. Let's start with NASCAR. I will end it with football and the Houston Texans and overall the NFL because there's a lot of shit going on in the NFL. There was a lot of shit going on in the NFL. First off, NASCAR. Congratulations to Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and the 47 team. Congrats on the win. I know you're not a playoff driver. I want to see a playoff driver win. There's certain playoff drivers I want to see continue. I really think William Byron's going to win the championship still this year. He's really good, and he proved it on the super speedway. Like, he did really well today. He did finish third, which was the highest position of all playoff drivers. He did a fantastic job today, and it proved my point of why I still believe William Byron is going to win this NASCAR championship. The reigning champion. The weirdest thing is the reigning champion in... Okay. Ryan Blaney, that's our reigning champion. The reigning champion in that person being Ryan Blaney. He's still in the green after he got absolutely crashed out today in Talladega. He's in the green because of all the other playoff points he's accumulated. That is pure luck because look at Bubba Wallace, look at poor Daniel Suarez. They're in the red, they're far down, and it's a rough day for those teams. Another rough day is Todd Gilliland because, man, did he have a great car, but, man, he just didn't have enough gas. I thought Todd Gilliland, one of the drivers that weren't in the playoffs, I thought Todd Gilliland, who is one of those people who aren't in the playoffs but still racing, thought he could get a win today, ran out of gas, or was low on gas, almost ran out of gas, had a pit with like 20 to go. He was in the lead. It was a poor day. Oh, and he also, so he had to cycle. So here's the gist. He pitted, Todd Gilliland, pitted, got the gas, kept going. It kind of screwed him over. But what screwed him over even more is after he left the pits, got a penalty, had to go back to the pits, and that was how he ended his day, basically, was like in the back of the pack. He got screwed over. Too fast in pit lane, fun stuff. Right now, in the NASCAR world, I don't really see an argument for much. Next week is the Charlotte Roval. That's the end of the round of 12. If you are Daniel Suarez, especially if you are Daniel Suarez, who is good on road courses, you need to win this damn race. Or at least win 2 of the 3 stages to have a literal statistical chance without winning to go into the round of 8. And the same with Bubba Wallace. I kind of want to see Daniel Suarez win next week. I don't think he will. His car's just not been his car lately, and he's going to have to pull off some miracle. But in racing, it's not really it's the car, so who knows? The car setup might be an absolute beauty next weekend. The Charlotte Roval, though, is an absolute freaking beast, so be warned. And yeah. Let's continue with other sports stuff because that's really it for NASCAR. I can't watch the Xfinity races anymore because they are on CW. I don't have the CW. And the truck races this weekend I missed it because the truck race was at like 5 o'clock on a Friday for some fucking reason. Like, why the hell is the truck race at 5 o'clock on a Friday? Why? Why are we running? Talladega at night would be way fucking better than this. Why the hell are you running? I don't want to know. NASCAR, poor decision. Should have ran the trucks at night on a Friday. At Talladega, would have been a hell of a race. But they didn't. They're stupid. Let's go to the NFL because this is actually the most talked about situation. we're about a week away from the NHL regular season. I will state that, which is exciting. My Ducks finished 2-2 in the 4-game preseason. Not a great way to play preseason, I guess. We beat the Sharks twice. That's literally our 2 wins. Woohoo! I'm sorry. Did we finish? We might have finished 3-2. I think we played 5 actually. Either 2-2 or 3-2. Either way, we were okay in preseason. The Ducks freaking suck, to be honest with you. As a Ducks fan, I can say it. We don't have much cooking for us other than Cutter Gauthier. Zegers looked weird this preseason. Dostal actually looked like a freaking brick wall playing goalie, so that's good. I kind of like Racco Gudis as our captain. Um, Leo Carlson looks like Leo Carlson. And yeah, let's just go to the NFL because I got a lot to talk about. Gotta move the freaking hair. Interesting game. In good old London, England. They got a London game, 9 a.m. Eastern. Jets took on the Vikings. It was a Viking win. And let's talk about that, actually. So, 9 a.m. We actually legitimately woke up at 9 a.m. Loaded up this game on shout out Stream East. Not gonna lie, I watched it on Stream East. Yeah, they played the Jets. Thought it was gonna be an easy win for the Vikings. They barely beat the Jets. They beat the Jets 23-17. And to be completely honest with you, it was kind of a boring game. Like really boring. The Jets. We thought Aaron Rodgers got hurt again. He came back on the field. The run game was really that was really just the Vikings. I know they got that interception early in the first quarter. I believe it was the long-haired dude. I can't think of the name. I think it's Van something. He did a good interception there off the route, but that's not really the first game I want to talk about, other than the fact that I think the Vikings should have absolutely slaughtered the Jets. I don't know why they didn't. We're going to start with the Ravens-Bengals game that finished in overtime. The Ravens won 41-38. Let's get and talk about this game. Not only did the Bengals quarterback and Joe Burrow afterwards in the press conference basically said that we are not a playoff team, and we definitely are far from it, which is an insane statement to be said by a quarterback that was in a Super Bowl. I know they lost, but he was in a Super Bowl. That's a wild fucking statement. Yeah, the Jags, they got their first win, 37-34 against the Colts. Thoughts on this? They wore their stupid. I'm sorry I'm cutting off this Ravens Bengals stuff. I'm just there's a lot to say. So let me just gather my thoughts. The Bengals Ravens game was fire, and it was crazy how it ended. That's my gist of the game. Joe Burrow was a bit of a insane comment statements. That's the gist of that game. There's not that big of gists as we go through this, but you get the gist. There was crazy stuff. 37-34 Jags over Colts. This is a AFC South matchup. Why is this important? The Texans are in the AFC South. We won today. We'll talk about the Texans in a minute about that performance. But it was good because the Jags got their first win, gave the Colts a loss. Texans are still number 1 at 4-1. We'll talk about them in a minute. Jags win 37-34 in the most. Okay, let me explain something. The comments about these jerseys are blasphemy. Look up the jerseys the Jags wore today, and you'll understand why I just said blasphemy, which is a British term, I think. But listen, the Jags debuted their Prowler throwback uniform today. It's literally their light blue jersey, just wearing their old Jags logo and their old Jags trim. That's it. And people are like, to be blunt with you, people are acting like they basically, they're thinking they're the best jerseys ever. They're not. The Commanders beat the crap out of the Browns. Deshaun Watson literally walked off the field and forced his team to get a flag for a delay game because they didn't snap the ball because Deshaun literally gave up on his team. Great to see that trade panned out for my Texans. Bears, Panthers, what else can I say? The Panthers are trash. Bears beat them 36-10. Dolphins beat the Patriots 15-10. They're still both really horrible football programs, or football teams in general. Why did I say programs? Um, the Cardinals beat the 49ers, which is crazy. 24-23. Giants beat the Seahawks 29-20. Still kind of crazy. Packers. This is. Hold on. Let me go back. I kind of have the scores loaded up, so I'm trying to find it here. Okay. Packers beat the Rams, and what makes this crazy is I don't really know. Because they beat them 29-19 or 24-19. Honestly, should have been bigger of a score, but what do I know? Game to talk about today: Bo Nix and the damn Denver Broncos slaughtering the Las Vegas Raiders. Why is this important to talk about? Let me tell you. Number one, Bo Nix looked like a god. Number two, Denver throwbacks, not gonna lie, sick uniforms. Look them up. Three, score, blowout. But number four, Bo Nix and Sean Payton got into it on the sidelines while they were kicking the literal crap out of the Raiders. I kind of liked seeing it. Good job for Bo Nix standing up for himself. Two, the second part of this. I don't know why I just said two. It's like five. But anyway, next part. Max Crosby yelled at Bo Nix because Bo Nix wasn't talking loud enough, so his team had no idea what Bo Nix was calling. He was calling a play on the fly while he was in, shotgun, basically. And Max Crosby was like, Bo, speak up. They can't hear you. Or speak up. They don't know the play. I'm sorry, that's exactly what he used. And so Bo Nix took his command serious, went up closer to his line, made the call. Shout out Max Crosby for being a good sport. And it is still absolutely dumping rain outside for people that are curious if it's still raining while I'm recording this. It is pretty much. Can you hear it? I bet you can hear this. It is downpouring. Let's continue. Final thing I want to talk about: the Houston frickin' Texans. Texans, shout out to you. You guys are definitely. Hold up. Let me stop talking and see if it comes through the audio. Oh, I don't think it is. No, it's not. Oh, maybe. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I won't know until post. But let's continue, as it's now pouring faster and faster. I'm kind of getting scared because the fucking window is shaking. Anyway, not important. As it pours down rain, we're going to talk about the Texans. The score, 23-20, Texans over Bills. Let's talk about this. I will be wearing my Texans jersey tomorrow if it don't rain. I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow as well. The Texans played absolutely gorgeous in the first half. We were up 17-3 at half. It was gorgeous. We blew the fucking lead. Oh boy. We went up. Let's see. It was 17-3. Then it was 17-10. Then it was 20-10. Then it was 20-17. And then it was 20-20. And then somehow by the C.J. Stroud last weekend put it in clutch, beat the Jags in a last-minute TD pass. This week he put it in clutch. Set up field goal position, 59-yarder by the Flying Hawaiian himself, Kamimi Fairbairn. Shout out Kamimi Fairbairn, a.k.a. the Flying Hawaiian. And final score 23-20. Let me talk about this for 5 seconds. One, the refs, they pulled a interesting. Before we got the field goal range, it was 4th and 3. We were in field goal range, like with 3 minutes left. There was a flag on the play. Not good. Or a minute left. Minute and something. Not good. Not good at all. Intentional grounding. Now let me tell you something. Dalton Schultz was the optional player here. I'm sorry, was it Stephon Diggs? I don't remember if it was Diggs or Schultz. No, it was Schultz. Schultz ran the route, and he did a quick step. He made about, I want to say he went up 4 yards, 4 to 5 yards. Went up straight. Stroud threw the ball where he was standing, but he threw the ball early, a little early, and so he didn't see that Schultz curved to the left and not the right, and because of that, the ball went out of bounds, and Schultz is on the other end. They said intentional grounding. Now, let me tell you something. I have seen similar, not the exact, I will say not the exact, similar plays, and there's no flag. But then they throw this, and I was like, what in the world? And you want to know something? They did it on both sides. This wasn't even the fact that whoever was the officiating crew was just horrible. They didn't throw many flags, and the flags they threw were weird. Both teams were very confused. I was confused. After they explained it, the broadcasters were explaining it, and I still was confused. There was holding calls when it wasn't a holding for both sides. This is for both sides. Everything I'm about to say is for both sides, both the Bills and Texans. There was holding calls when it clearly wasn't technically a holding. There was pass interference when there shouldn't have been pass interference. And there was pass interference that should have been on both sides, but it was only given on one. Twice this happened for both teams. And altogether, it was bad. But we play the Patriots next week, and I hope we win. And I say I hope because I know we're 4-1 and they're 1-4. But shout out Laramie Tunsil for not stepping offsides this week. So get him a cupcake. Who knows? Look, you guys are amazing. Thank you for listening and everything. And just know that Derik is living his best life at college, and he screams at his TV when the Texans are playing when they don't play the right way. So glad Texas is not playing this week. The Longhorns play this coming Saturday against the good old Red River Showdown. The Red River rivalry. Oklahoma Sooners. I hate the Sooners, that's why I didn't say it in normal voice. Flip off the Sooners, boys. Should be a fun one. I'll keep you updated on the next Sunday recording. Until then, you all be safe. Tuck yourself in at night. Brush your teeth. Go to bed early. Education. If you're not doing education, then live your life, man, and don't get in trouble. Don't do anything stupid. Life is great. You only get one. Keep your head up, boys. Keep positive. Until next time, guys. Derek Clark, a.k.a. Mini Deck. I'm signing off, boys. Peace.